welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Notes in November. Today I want to tap into the men's side, and today we're going to be talking about the societal norms of men and just like tapping into men's feelings and just like how society treats them. Today specifically I want to talk about how men are depicted. um, I just It's just something that came to mind. And yes, I talk about, feminine stuff, but today I actually want to tap into something that needs to be heard. And yeah, so the first part is how society treats men. And so, how society treats men. So, basically, society, we see that man is supposed to be the strong individual, supposed to be helping the family out, providing, just being a man, being a strong, independent man. That has a lot of society norms to it. Your man has to be 6 foot tall if you're dating him. Your man has to be a basketball player. Your man has to be athletic, has abs. All have the boundaries and stuff. It pushes them to lower extent. And we see that today in society and how these men or boys are depicted. And I want to say there's also norms as a woman too, but we're talking about men today specifically. I actually want to tap into the societal norms that if you cry, you are a bitch. If you cry, you are, not worthy enough. If you cry, like, why are you crying for? There's nothing to cry about. These norms, right? As a man, right? It would tear that man down or that boy down, and it would trickle into them growing up. Then they would not express their emotions. In today's society, we have so much norms on men and how they're supposed to dress and how they're supposed to look. And yes, we don't want a man who's running in the streets and gang banging and all these different kind of stuff, right? We don't want to keep the stereotypes going forward, right? That has to change, of course, but also we have to tap into the men's feelings and how they're really feeling deep inside. And that comes with society. Society tears them down and it just deflects the purpose of being a man or a boy. Talk about the societal parts and society and how men are being treated in this generation, right? Also, we have to tap into like why is the term hold on. We also have to tap into like why has society pushed these norms in like on men, right? So from my prediction, right, I actually don't know. But from my prediction why there's so much society norms on men is because I feel like women downgrade men. I know my women gonna be like, oh, we don't do that. We have so many stereotypes and so many expectations of how a man should look like or how he performs in the bed. Like, does that matter, or his personality matters? Like, are we being serious right now? Like actually, like let's actually tap into that and how us women only care about the sexual attributes in men and how that can also be something that could tear down a man, right? Like, oh, she only cares about my body, she doesn't care about my personality traits, she doesn't care about what I bring to the table, she doesn't care about how you know she only cares about how I perform in the bed. And that's what that's what is pushing away the relationships and pushing away, oh, these men like don't want to hang around with girls or whatever the case may be. And also it also stems from generations. If they're taught on like, okay, you're just gonna run around in the streets and just find any female you can and sleep with her, he's gonna do it, because that's what his father did, that's what his brother did. we don't actually know somebody's generation or like how they were living, or you know, these men are just having so many standards just like women, okay? That's one thing in common with women and men, that we have both high expectations. Talk about just how men cannot cry. And this is a serious topic because I feel like men have feelings. Men have feelings. Point blank, period. Men have feelings, right? So why do we keep on saying, don't cry? I can't be a bitch. I'm gonna be pussy, right? There's so many terms. There's like simps. For example, if a guy really likes a girl, oh, he's a simp. I'm not messing with him. He's a simp. He simps for me. And girls actually like that. Girls actually like the attention. They crave all that stuff. But the terms that we use, like, oh, don't cry, we're tearing down their feelings. We're tearing down their ability to share their emotions with us females. And that's why you girls get mad sometimes, like, oh, like, why doesn't he want to share anything with me? Because you tear down his emotions, you tear down his feelings, you tear down his ability to even speak up about why he's feeling that way. And I feel like if we actually acknowledge guys' feelings, like, okay, what do you have to say? Why are you feeling this way? Right? If they're closed off, there's always something that caused the closed offness. That did not happen just for a reason. Us females think men are closed off because they just want to be closed off. They want to be nonchalant. These terms, guys, like, these terms, we throw around terms all the damn time, right? Oh my god, this girl is suicidal, right? There's high schoolers or middle schoolers saying they're suicidal or depressed and they don't even know what the term means, right? Because yes, we talk about mental health. Great. The society loves to talk about mental health, how to get help, how to, better help. There's all these different organizations, associations, right? But we do not tap into like we don't tap into like the generation trauma, right? We don't tap into what that word actually means, right? And as you're watching this as a man or a woman, I honestly just think about being a man, right? Being in a man's shoes and how that can be degrading, and how you can't even express your emotions to your girlfriend because she'll be like on you 24/7, snapping at you because you're not supposed to be a bitch and you're not supposed to cry. Us females can cry, but guys cannot. Like what, right? So, to close out this video, right? Being able to look into another perspective of a man, or just having a different thought, having an eye opener, right? It's good. It's good because then they could feel appreciated. Then you guys could come closer together. Then you guys could share experiences. The relationships and friendships with a man cannot be a one-way street. He has to, share some things as well. Of course, if you guys are comfortable with that, if you guys are, at that stage. And if you're a man, there's a lot of resources. I don't know if there's a lot of resources now that are coming out with men's mental health, and there's help for each one of you guys. Thank you. Bye.